What is up, y'all? It's your girl, brand new, and honey, I am back in the building. Listen, this time, honey, I am back with a Bell Collective and Love and Marriage Huntsville crossover. We got Stormy and we got Latrice. I was like, what is this heifer's name? Miss Latrice Rogers, y'all fave. I do not like Latrice. She's phony. She's giving me Tisha Scott. Latrice got a die soul. Like, she not half of the good person that I am. I ain't got no die soul. Now, my issue with Latrice is, in my personal opinion, she suffers from imposter syndrome. She accused these women of being jealous of her marriage. That's, the same shiggity that Letitia tries to do down to the Love and Marriage Huntsville. She tries to act like everybody is hating on her marriage. She has sent Marie a cease and desist because Marie was making certain allegations about her marriage on the show. But girl, we can't turn a blind eye or a black eye, no pun intended. We can't do that when it comes to your marriage, because we have seen you on the screen saying that your man is controlling. We got Josh telling the girls he's controlling you. I saw the bruises on your arms. Okay? From that man grabbing you. We saw him grab you up out of the M-bar. Nobody wants a marriage like that. And you don't have a good man, Savannah. Okay, she's very delusional, and I can't go up for that. Okay, I see so many content creators defending her bullshit. Okay? Oh, they just, they're just jealous of her business acumen. Marie got money. She ain't jealous of her. Letitia may not have as much money as Latrice, but girl, money is relative. We all have a roof over our head, clothes on our back, cars to drive, money in the bank. And if it's not in the bank, honey, it's coming in. It's on the way. Okay? So who the hell are you? Them women got the same resources that you got. And if you were so much better than them, why are you on the same damn show that they are on? I will wait. Shouldn't you have your own show? Okay? I wouldn't watch her by herself because she's not a star. She's just not. When I look at Latrice, I see a insecure woman / little girl that's in denial about her marriage. You're not even having kids because you are in such a burning house with your husband, because once you have a baby, he's really gonna control you, and he may even leave you. He's mentioned doing that if you don't give him any kids. So, like, that type of stuff, Latrice, ain't nobody jealous of that. You need to come again, girl. So, you guys, without further ado, we're going to listen to this conversation, and then also we will listen to the conversation that Letitia had with, what the girl name? Letitia. Okay, Letitia and Letitia. Okay, damn. I'm like, you niggas couldn't get these heifers some other names, honey. Letitia, Latrice, la. Stormy, shout out to Miss Betty for giving you something, honey, that, it stands out. Okay, so let's get off into it.
I want people to read in between the lines, but I guess, you have to be blunt, of course, to get them to get it, because to me it's just so much. I'm not gonna say fraud, but it's like the over-exaggeration for me. With me is what you get is what you see. It's no fabricating with me. And I think a lot of times, because, I'm pretty sure your show is the same way, because a lot of people don't want to reveal actually what's going on with them. Then they try to put so much on you.
Yeah.
And try to tarnish you in a way that, is crazy. And I'm like, even with let's take the whole So Gucci situation, right? I feel like, hey, I gave you the platform. I mean, that's just what it is. Like, nobody was checking for you nor your husband. But I felt like, from a business point, like JJ and the girls been on TV already. People know their faces. So this will be good. And she was a client of mine. So I was like, okay, let's just make it work. And, the first season she came on there, it was all good. But then the second season with the whole real estate issue, which was blown completely out of proportion because, at the end of the day, I'm a businesswoman. So I think a lot of people was like, Latrice, you should have just had a conversation with her. And I don't feel like I owed her the conversation because if we're doing a timeline, she showed me one building, and this building was basically what me and my husband had already found. Because you was my castmate, I was willing to throw you, of course, the commission. Like, okay, she's my castmate. Let me go ahead and throw her the commission off the building that we found.
Like she's a dog. I'm a throw you a bone. Okay.
So we tried to do the deal. The deal didn't go through because we couldn't agree on pricing. Like, you wanted this amount, and we feel like it wasn't worth it. Still business. So
if she say she's a businesswoman one more time, and why you not a businesswoman in that marriage? I will wait.
Anyway, I wanted her to, of course, find me other buildings, but she stopped communicating. She stopped looking for buildings. This was in February.
Oh, so is this when you was hanging out with Selena and was dragging her name through the mud and then they ended up in a fight? See, Latrice likes to conveniently leave that part out. Okay? She likes to leave that part out.
So I purchased a building in October. So between February and October, if we had no communication about a building, what do you want me to do? You're not finding me any buildings. You're not doing anything.
You still could have communicated like, girl, I'm going to take this, I'm going to take this project on myself and I'm going to have somebody else find me a building. That simple. But see, I keep trying to tell y'all, when y'all dealing with these little girls that's playing grown women on the show, they don't never take any accountability for their behavior. We see the same thing with Tisha. She is the poor perpetual victim all the time. It doesn't matter who it is or what it is.
To show me like, hey, I'm working for you. Right. So I feel like you quit on me.
Right.
So why?
Even in business, you're not obligated to go with somebody, even if they are your friend. You're obligated to go where you feel like your business is going to be handled the most appropriate.
Yes.
So even if it hasn't been that long span of time, it could have been the next week. But I want to go this route now. I fuck with you. However, this is what I want to do for me and my business. That should be fine.
Yes. And to just make that whole ordeal into something that is not a storyline to play it up for the cameras. Like, I just didn't appreciate that because, like they say, loyalty. I'm big on that. I'm definitely big on that. So that was just the case, girl. I could care less.
I feel like this shit be stressing up the fuck out. Look, my motherfucking man be going in the film like, these hoes gonna be on today.
That part, you have to be on your P's and Q's because you never know. Like, it is crazy. Like, I don't know what plot or scheme y'all done schemed up on today to try to break me down, because looking back at the show.
Did you hear that? They're trying to break me down. No, bitch, you're already down and already in lowest terms. Okay?
Oh, I did not know that, like, half the girls were talking about my marriage. Like, I'm looking back at it like, oh my God,
They were saying that?
Yeah, y'all were saying that. Clearly you could have.
They are around you and they see certain things. They're gonna have opinions. They're gonna have judgments. They're gonna have criticisms. You've talked about their marriages.
About that, because so your opinion, these allegations, which is why right now I have a lawsuit against Marie for defamation of character.
I can't make these things up. How is it? And if I was Carlos, I would fire her. I'm going to tell you why. You are on a reality show. Whether you are in a healthy marriage or not, your co-stars are going to have an opinion. That is their job, to get in that confessional and say their opinion about what they see. Okay? So that's another sign this girl is in a burning house, because if you're not really in a burning house, why you going to get legal? Because you so in your damn feelings and you afraid that people is finding out about this abusive marriage you've been in all these years. Latrice is a Libra, I believe. I believe I knew her sign before one of y'all told me the damn sign. And y'all was like, yeah, she's a Libra. She's a dark-sided Libra, which means she lies. She likes to put on stunts and shows. Okay, she likes to make things look a certain way on the outside when it's really not that way on the inside.
Because we're not about to play those games. I'm going to stand on business. Okay.
And I'm going to stand on business too and look at the receipts. Okay? We're going to look at the receipts. Let's listen to how her husband treats her.
If he considered me his equal, if he treated me as his equal, then I think that our relationship would actually be perfect. Because it's like, you know, I don't have to belittle her. A marriage should never be, okay, if I say something, that's what it is, and it's nothing else to it. I want equality. Like, God damn, you got equality. You know I don't.
Women got equal rights.
Whatever. When it comes to you.
You make your own business moves and do everything.
Oh, I'm a hell of a business.
All right. You want to put me in a box and control me. That's what you want.
No,
you want me to be your mother. I'm the head of the house.
Y'all hear his attitude? He doesn't want her to control him, but it's okay the other way around. But simply because he has a man, simply because he has a penis in between his legs that possibly doesn't even work at his age. I mean, I'm just saying.
But you want to be equal to me.
Am I not equal?
Treese, no.
Your husband tells you you are not equal. And now you are on an interview lying and blaming your castmates for the abuse and disrespect that you put up with. Make it make sense.
It's belittling me because I work my ass off. Like, if not more.
You want me to be your mother. I'm the head of the house.
Belittling me because I work my ass off. Like,
y'all heard her say that? It's belittling. He's belittling you. I told y'all on these shows what the women do. Similar to Scott and Contessa. He had her in a burning house. He had her questioning and doubting her reality. And what did she do? What did she do? She blamed the women. Yep, go back and watch it. Season 8 reunion. She had them speaking for her. She wouldn't even speak for herself. This accomplished woman, right? Goal-oriented. It just goes to show you that a woman's brain just goes to zero when a man is involved. Zero. Okay? What did she do season 9? Put Heavenly on blast. And Heavenly, was wrong and did owe her some loyalty, right? This is your friend. You don't talk about your friend's marriage. But Contessa, you was on her show. You was on Heavenly's YouTube channel talking about your marriage. Helping her gather this narrative about you. You did it to yourself. But since there's no accountability, okay, these people like to play the victim.
Like, if not more, I definitely have paid my dues to be here and to be considered your equal. If I'm not your equal, then I'm above you.
I'm behind you 100%. Where you at today because of me? I put you there and I got you there.
No.
You hear that? You hear how he talks to her? But it's her castmates' fault, right? Okay. Because some of y'all are big Latrice fans and I can't get with it. I can't get jiggy with it. And I won't.
You acting like you made me.
I ain't made you help you make yourself.
Did you hear that? Is that something that a loving, respectful husband would say to his wife? I will wait.
That's
Oh,
a
you
different.
felt me make my
Right.
It's big business. You gonna see my name out your mouth, and if you say something, it better be the truth.
So they didn't see him grabbing your ass out of M-Bar. They watched the show too. So if I was Carlos, I would put it in their contracts. You can't do this. You can't be sending castmates this type of stuff. This is Marie's job, whether you like it or not. You have said shiggity about her. Okay, you done had her investigated. You had her business investigated. You forgot about that? That's okay. Y'all need to get Antoinette back on the show. She probably the only one that, because I know Tambra don't really, she's just putting up with Latrice because the other women don't want nothing to do with her. And I'm done with Tambra. I wish she would get off the damn show because I like Antoinette. I kind of like her a little bit more.
With Tisha.
Oh God.
And then
Stormy got a soul. Like, how dare you try to do a lawsuit against me? Well, Tisha, this would be par for the course at this point. Y'all already got a few lawsuits. What's another one? Okay.
because I called my attorney, I was like, you see this? I was like, I can sue for this. He was like, you definitely can. Because a lot of people try to downplay that situation. Well, a lot of people don't try to downplay it. If they fuck with her, they trying to downplay it. But the truth of the matter is, my email address was on her website. So there were people reaching out to my company. There was people making videos saying that we was in business together. There was a lot of things that tarnished my brand and brought me, like, to risk.
And
So I literally was like, okay, but then I talked to her and she seemed apologetic over the phone, right? Because I was like, this is becoming a thing. I just want to know, like, how it happened, what's going on. And she was, like, real cool about it. Then we get on camera and it's like, I'm not apologizing. I ain't your...
There's the imposter syndrome. See, when there's people around, I need to perform. I can't stand on business, right? I can't be the same person that I was with you on the phone. Tisha is a woman that's unaware of her identities, and she has many. She has many personas. Okay? That's what you do when you have imposter syndrome. You're one way to these people, you're another way to these people, and then you're another way when you at home, and then you different when you filming, and then it's like people cannot keep up with the many different personalities. That's another reason why people they don't trust people that behave like that.
Girl from where, bitch? Because she called me a bitch. I ain't hear she could say, like, it's not that deep. But I was like, is this motherfucker trying to play in my motherfucking face right now? Like, what we doing?
Now, I will say this. Out of these two, I'm more so will go up for Stormi as far as her being a businesswoman. I like her home and her products. They be sold out, okay? Because I be looking. And, she's doing very well for herself, right? And I respect her marriage with Courtney. Stormi says something very important in this interview. She said something that I've been telling you guys for a while. It's important to get with a man that allows you to be yourself. And I told you that about her and Courtney's marriage. I like that about them. He allows her to be who she is. We see a lot of men trying to treat their wives like puppets, on a string. Marsau, Tisha, Cliff, Latrice. Okay? Is you listening?
Because I know we ain't doing that. As I could have stole your ass. You know what I'm saying?
For all the
Do
plagiarism.
you not understand the mental anguish I had to endure?
So she just copied and pasted the whole website.
No, it was like the shit.
Not copy and paste. I told y'all she's the copy and paste queen, honey.
Shipping policy word for word, but the problem of it is my company email address was on her website, and everybody, because like Love and Marriage got some diehard fans. Like, I mean, video. They was like, oh, they're in cahoots. Stormi knows she doing this with Tisha. She trying to do this. She trying to with the odds. I'm like, no. I'm saying, no. Like, what is going on? Then it lived on her site for some hours. Oh, I mean, like almost half
She probably did that shit on purpose. Because remember what Tisha said. Oh, it worked out well for the girls. They made a lot of sales, and so you just have to, pay attention to what people say.
Today. Really? Yes. And then what even frustrates me more is every time it's talked about, it's like, oh, the same designer who did your site did their site. I did my own website. I know it looked good. I know it looked like I could have done that, but my ghetto ass did it. You get what I'm saying? So I'm like, didn't nobody do my website but me. So why y'all trying to insinuate that somebody connected to me did something on your website? Because that's not the case. It went on till it was me. It was I made my website.
Even if that was the case, before you publish your website, you want to, it's kind of like with any assignment, you want to proofread it, and you just want to do everything to make sure that it's
your due diligence, right? But when you copy and paste all the time, when you've made a career out of that, right? And then you got to think, Tisha has all these degrees, and I literally forget because she don't act like it. Like, I was on Facebook, she didn't spell breakfast the wrong way. It's like, damn, you got master's degree? They just handing that shit out. Where is my shit at? I will wait. Is my stuff coming in the mail? Because I know I got a doctorate or something. Okay? The people was clowning her, you guys, on Facebook. They was like, that is not how you spell breakfast. You should be so ashamed and embarrassed. And she wasn't.
When any assignment, you want to proofread.
Well, Tisha about can't spell, honey. So.
Girl, I'm not trying.
I don't know if you've seen the typos, but they're real.
Y'all hear that?
The girl said breakfast, not breakfast. Like, damn, bitch. Okay, degrees where?
Stormy said degrees where? Because getting a degree is it's on paper. And I told you all a long time ago, I had a friend that said to me, I look better on paper. I look more accomplished on paper. And, that person had really, low and poor self-esteem. She was very judgmental of other people and critical of how people dressed, and, and my mom, she's a nurse and she makes this kind of money, and, and my mom, and, has this, and so, it's just like these people, they love, keeping up appearances.
I'm sorry.
What? Go back. Do it again. The fuck is that?
Do the degree again.
Do it again, goddamn. I know you can get through it, I spell it.
ICDC college.
Not the ICDC, honey. Not the I didn't go to no damn ICDC. Like, what you trying to say, Latrice? Let's talk about the bruises on your arm. Let's talk about that. Child, Romeo Miller, honey, is throwing stuff at the TV, child. Wasn't he the one doing them damn commercials?
I'm fine. Like, he's real private, right? And so is my husband. So how's he doing with the show? And the guys?
See, I'm always saying little stuff like, Courtney don't play like that, because he really don't. But Courtney also is very, conscious of how he come across. Because, he a black man. Like, you have to be. You know what I'm saying? He already did. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't come out here looking aggressive. Mm-hmm. So, I'm always saying that because I don't ever want it to be a moment where he has to do that on camera. Even when at the pool hall, I didn't just walk out because I didn't want to go back and forth with Marsau. I know how I can go back and forth. And that could easily lead to Courtney being like, yo. And I'm like, I don't even want to put my husband in that position.
Exactly.
I'll do this shit with you all day when he ain't here. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But if you notice, every time I feel like he's finna go somewhere, because I ain't got no filter. You know what I'm saying? My man love that about me.
And Courtney's a protector.
Yeah, so, and I know, my mouth can be, raw. But I also feel like I don't open it and do that unless it's deserving. Right. Like, I always say, I don't start shit, but I'll finish it. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not finna be the one who antagonizing the issue, but if I feel like you coming at me, I'm finna come back at you harder. Mm-hmm. And when Courtney around, I'm like, damn, if they come back at me just as hard, he ain't gonna let that fly. No. Or I can handle it, but I don't want it to go that far. But for him with filming, it was already like a pull to get him to do it, because, everybody think I wanted to be on Love and Marriage. Mm-hmm. I had no desire to be a couple on Love and Marriage. it was under the guise of me coming on this show one time, working with Mail for an ambassadorship to highlight myself as an entrepreneur, candidate brand. Marketing. It was a part of the marketing strategy that the team had put together for us at that time. Courtney was never on board with being a cast member, so I could never have thought I could have been on this show. And then as I'm on it, I'm like, oh shit, I'm feeling a little bit more. And then, we had the whole moment with Destiny, and now I'm really feeling a little bit more. I'm like, Courtney, you come over here with me just for a little while. I don't think I don't mind it. So he came. But as far as like him just being all the way in the door, like as it stands right now, he still don't know. Every day he like, I ain't nobody, girl, you go over there and do it. I ain't doing shit. You know what I'm saying? So when he show up, he be looking like
Courtney is always he's with it when he needs
like,
to be.
My people. I think he only like maybe Martell. Well, definitely Martell because they knew each other before. Okay. Love and Marriage was a thing, and Chris Fletcher because they knew each other before. I love the Fletcher.
Oh, did y'all notice she didn't mention Mel? Okay. I wonder if we will get to the bottom. I'm sure we will at the reunion at what's the issue with Stormi and Mel and Miss Betty coming at Mel sideways like that. Because, yes, that lady was giving obsessing. Okay, obsession vibes. Okay, not just AL. And really quickly, you guys, on AL is talking about there are people that are obsessed with him. He's dragging women content creators, saying that, some of the women out here are bitter. They're bitter. They don't like gay men. They done had one bad relationship experience, child, and now they think all men is bad. I said, oh my God, the amount of deflecting that man does. No accountability. He has no remorse for his behavior. He definitely knows how to do the Jedi mind trick and turn things around and, try to make other people look like they are the problem. Child, just a hot mess, honey. The ghetto. Okay, that's all I gotta say on that.
Oh my God, I love they give like warm, cozy vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, I can sit there and watch the Fletchers all day.
Yeah.
I love their
I
family.
like the Fletchers too. I told y'all that.
Family dynamics, like just everything.
You should be taking notes, Latrice. I want to get to this part, guys, where she is talking about how the women are jealous of her. Okay, she gets to talking about M-Bar, you guys. I'm talking about Latrice. I want y'all to hear what she's saying, and then I'm going to try to find the little clip where she's talking about people are jealous of her. Okay, because it's in here somewhere. I know I heard it.
Yeah, he's
real.
big.
Sometimes you just be too real, be fake.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Like the one scene where we were at M-Bar and he grabbed me by the arm, right? And he called me.
Look like he did more than that from what I saw in them pictures.
He was like, bitch, whatever,
And he's calling you a bitch. Now, you all that go up for her, do you allow your significant other to call you the B word? To me, I have never tolerated that. I think that's very inappropriate. But she's sitting up here acting all nonchalant like it's no big deal. Because when you are in a burning house, you're embarrassed. You're going to try to downplay, your husband's behavior. And during this interview, she blamed everything on his zodiac sign. He's an Aries. And Aries men is a hell no to the no. I done had a few of them, and it just was not good. My one Aries, we are still cool. But yeah, that other one, he's a Chucky doll. Ooh.
Sometimes, and what I tell people, we've been together over, 13, 14 years. And nobody can tell me, as a couple.
Once again, these people love to define their marriages by what? A timeline. Okay? What did Tisha say on the reunion? Put some respect on our marriage. We've been married the longest. That don't mean shiggity.
That when you argue, that, you don't say things that you regret, right?
So with the scene at M-Bar, when he did, rip you up, yoke you up, how did you feel about it? Because I feel like with being humans, we all have our moments. And I've always said, I believe that as human beings, we're multifaceted. We don't have to be one thing. And just because you see somebody in an intense, heated moment, that doesn't make that who they are in their entirety.
Yes, and I think that moment right there, like, had everybody looking at him a certain type of way when he's really not that person. Now, I did feel a type of way, and I expressed that to him. You know me.
He's not that person. He's not a bad person. I want to look at this clip, and then I'll go back to this. She keeps saying he's not a bad person.
Me and Zaddy are currently sleeping in separate bedrooms because my marriage is not currently where I want it to be. And right now, I just need a peace of mind. So until then, I'll be over here.
It's like he has a leash around your neck and he controls you where to go and what to do.
He does not control me.
There have been plenty of times where I've asked you to go somewhere and he says, no, if I'm not going, then you're not going.
I respect my husband because at the end of the day...
But you don't feel like that's controlling?
It's not controlling. I just feels like he's overprotective when it comes to my family, my friends. I love hard. I love my husband hard. So I feel like I can put them above me. And in a sense, that does depletes my happiness. But
y'all hear that? I'm willing to sacrifice my happiness to be in this marriage.
I feel like it's life.
But what about when it comes to you?
I'm good. Like I feel like I'm a
who's there to
strong
please you?
woman. I'm a
I
strong
don't want you to cry, but
she about to cry. She got these bangs, in her hair.
I just feel like Cliff just holds you back from a lot of things.
I just think that I have to see it for myself,
But do you feel you're happy?
No, I don't feel like I'm happy.
Y'all heard it, right? So I'm not imagining things. Okay. Y'all about to hear this. And then she does the unthinkable at the end of this interview. She does the unthinkable. And really quickly, guys, I will save Latrice and Tisha for the next video. I'll have to put them on there. I don't want this to be too long.
Like, I don't like to be embarrassed, so I'll handle you in private. And that was one of those situations. Like, we sat down, we talked about it. I explained to him how I felt. He explained to me, of course, how he felt with the whole Josh situation, and he apologized for it. And we moved on from it because you can't tell me in a relationship, like even with the whole beach situation, we've been married, over 8 years. We've been together like over 13 years. Like, I've called my husband a bitch probably 1,000 times. I don't know, maybe it's a Mississippi girls. We cursed. I think I started calling.
I don't think that's appropriate either. I never called. If I ever called a man a bitch, it was because the relationship was about to end or something. But even then, I don't even talk like that. I think it's very disrespectful in a relationship and in a marriage. And you claim, you love this person and you're calling them names. I don't see it.
Calling him a bitch first. And it is what it is. Like, I don't take no heat. I don't take no offense. I don't take no offense to him calling me that because I know he did it out of anger.
Yeah.
And it was just one of those situations. So we moved on.
Making excuses for his bad behavior.
Past it. If anybody said that they have a perfect relationship, then
Why do you have to go into don't nobody have the perfect relationship? Girl, do y'all see what she tried to do to deflect, to get away from how toxic her marriage is? Girl, you are a joke. I know them women down to the Bell Collective, they go end up probably icing her ass out because they like, this bitch is delusional. We ain't signed up for this.
I mean, you're a fucking liar. Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, because nothing, when I say nothing, is perfect. And I kind of want to start seeing that more in both our shows. Like, what I don't like is...
No. Let me tell you, but my thing...
I wish Latrice would have let Stormi talk. Oh my God, because I felt like Stormi was getting ready to say something.
Is like, they made a big issue out of that whole situation with the whole... Which I didn't know that they were trying to say my husband was abusing me and everything and all of that. But if I were to sit down and actually tell the story of how you guys' husbands are allegedly abusers and homosexuals, then that would be a different story. But I'm not here to tell the next woman's story. And I'm not...
Why you bring that up then? This is why I can't deal with this fake ass bitch. Okay? This is why. Everything that somebody say to you, you feel like, well, I gotta say something back. How about deal with what they are alleging? Okay? He's doing something with you that's inappropriate. Because them bruises didn't end up on your arm for no reason.
I here to fabricate or anything. If I don't know for sure, then I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna speak on it.
Girl, look at your arms. Okay?
I'm in the business of.
And Stormy, you should have kept her honest. Like, girl, like, I seen the pictures, girl.
What did he say? Diddy is love.
Did y'all catch that? Let me play that again. She has a lot of nerve. Y'all see Diddy has been sued from left to right for SA, the whole Cassie situation, all of that. She has the audacity. And y'all go up for her. Some of y'all favorite content creators, I'm shocked at some of the people that, I actually like some of these content creators, but I was like, yeah, y'all not like Miss Robinson. Y'all don't have this one in the bag. I know what I'm looking at. I've been calling it out. With all the shiggity that's been going on with Diddy, why would you even mention him in the same sentence as love? Diddy is love. No, he isn't. See, you've been in that burning house for so long, bitch, you don't know if you're coming or going. You don't even know what you're saying. Okay? And Stormy should have been like, girl, don't say that. Can't say that right about now. And even before all this stuff came out with Diddy, you shouldn't be like thinking that he is about love. Latrice is a dark-sided Libra. I'm going to be doing a birthday reading of the Bell Collective girl. She probably will be first on the list. Because I actually had a relative that was a dark-sided Libra. They're very like superficial, on the surface type people, and just not my cup of tea. Okay, but I'm going to play that again. I want to slow it up.
Essence of love. What did it say? Diddy is love. I'm all about love. I think it's necessarily like when you come into the situation, it's, hey, with me, I feel like it's jealousy, and not necessarily jealous of, oh my God, Latrice's life or whatever the case may be, but it could be as simple as you hate the way that people look at me or perceive me. You hate how I move, because at every given moment, and I didn't even know this, like, these women, they try to tear me down in every single way and try to discredit me when it comes to my husband, because I do have an older husband. And when you guys knew from jump what it was with me, how my success, if you don't see yourself, or if you feel like you can't do what the next woman do, then you tear her down. It's always you discrediting her and uplifting a guy to make her successful because of this guy. When I got it out the mud. Now,
do y'all hear how she is always trying to define her success through money? Okay? That's what she tries to do. And it's like, girl, you are in a burning house. Trying to look at these people on social media and what they are saying, but nobody is. Okay. So I'm going to read what somebody says. Latrice tried her best to smooth that situation with her husband over, but honey, no. He was dead wrong, and no one needs to be disrespecting their spouse in that manner. Miss us with the mess. Stormy just don't know what side of the fence to stand on. When she was first introduced, Mel did a good building her up and her brand up. I guess they're saying that Melody was, really supportive of her. Okay? You got people in the comments talking about Stormy is continuing to bring down Marsau and Tisha. They are already down. She needs a storyline, her and Courtney. Her mouth is too foul. Stormy keeps coming for Tisha because she knows Tisha isn't combative. I was a Stormy fan, but the more I see her on camera, it's always about Marsau and Tisha. I'm glad to see this in the comments. I've been with my husband for over 15 years. No relationship is perfect, but he has never called me out of my name. That is never okay. Exactly. Thank you guys for speaking up. I really appreciate it. Because I hate for people to play in my face like, oh, well, you've been married for such a long time and he called me a bitch. And see, it starts there and then they go on upside your head. And then once you put up with that, it'll be some more shiggity. I know what I'm talking about. Okay. Some people are in the comments saying, you guys, they want Latrice on a different show. She's still going to act like a victim. What did I tell you all about low self-esteem? Low self-esteem comes up in your personal relationships. It never, for the most part, will come up in business because what a lot of women try to do, especially women with imposter syndrome, they try to live through their career. Their career is their image. And just because you do business a certain way, just because you are making a substantial amount of money, that doesn't mean that you are not broken. And I want you all to hear Latrice and how she speaks about herself.
What's going on with y'all over there, though? Because it's been a crazy thing over here. Like, it's like...
With Bell Collective, when I came into the whole situation, I wanted it to be all about my business and actual women entrepreneurship and women uplifting each other. But come to find out, it's backstabbing and lies and, I look at her, I don't want people to look at her this way, so let me tarnish her. Like, I worked hella hard for everything that I have. I was SBA's Young Entrepreneur of the Year for the state of Mississippi. I have a lot of accolades. And I'm Googleable. And I was Googleable way before the show.
I always fucking say that. Like,
it's Googleable word. Googleable.
It is today. Googleable, bitch.
Googleable.
No, that's something I always have said too, like before the show, because I feel like my experience being over here with love and marriage is already kind of hard, because y'all got to...
That's on the audio, you guys. That's not me. I don't know what happened.
To build a show as a collective from the ground up.
Yeah.
I'm coming in to what's already considered the core six, right?
Mm-hmm.
We know things are always changing. However, I'm still coming into something that is established as the core six, and it's like, for me, I always felt like I already had a name for the show. It's been clear, like, this Huntsville is small, people know me, and I feel like because the core six have a name over here, it's like they want to use that against somebody who come in already who they are. Like, this didn't make me, like, it's nothing. Matter of fact, I have seen my most success not even being on the show. Like, just now we went viral on TikTok for my business, and I'm always talking about that, and I feel like I'm always having to fight for that, because at every turn it's like, I don't know if you catch a little shade, but it'll be something saying like, oh, we didn't know her. You just everybody know me, or everybody know Courtney. Like let's not do that. But because of the platform, I feel like I just had to like a rougher end, and I always be like, I wish like I could have had a moment to start with a show that was just new and up and coming, because the core over here is just what it's gonna be, and I feel like
So I think that if I could paraphrase all of that for Miss Stormy, I don't think that she likes that Mel is the star of the show. And I think that she feels like Mel got most of her success from just being on the show. Didn't Mel and Martell say they was making millions before the show? They was in property preservation. She had speaking engagements, the mimosas with Melody. Melody has always been a hustler. So her saying that, I don't know. And then you have to look at, you guys, her mother has an issue with Melody. Stormy clearly, has an issue with Melody, because I was watching the last episode, not this past one, that played, but the one before that, the Houston trip, they didn't interact or say anything to each other. So I want to get more, on that at the reunion. Like, what is the beef? Some people feel like Stormy is in a competition with Mel. I don't think so, because I will agree with Stormy and say that, she was already established and successful. And this TV show, it just, promotes her business even more, So I don't think she's jealous of Mel in that way. I think Melody has charisma that maybe Stormy doesn't have. Like, if we want to look at personality traits, we can look at it like that. I do like some of Stormi's personality. She's no nonsense. She calls it out. She tells it like it is. I feel like she's upfront, frank, and, honest, right? But I don't like that mother situation. That puts a bad taste in my mouth. You invite your mother to this tea to come at one of your co-stars. It was giving obsessive. The lady, Stormi's mother, Miss Betty, was a fan of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Before she got on the show, before Stormi got on the show. So it's like, how do you have such an issue with Melody? You don't even know her. That's a bit, unfair. Now, if something would have went down with them, right, then that would be that. But I don't know of anything that really went down because Melody has said, I don't even know that lady like that. And I think it's in poor taste to invite your mom on this platform to come at a castmate. I'm sorry. It was so nasty and so rude. Okay?
Like, what my experience is, like, I had to deal with a lot of backlash online because of how I look. I have never people thought I was ugly until I got on the mirror. It was like, oh, your fucking nose touch your lips. You always looking like you smell something stink. And it's like, damn. It's like, god damn. And so, like, now, like, I'm dealing with that. And then on top of that, it's like I'm fighting to be, like, understood that I am not somebody coming onto this platform who want to use this platform, who need to garner fans from this experience, because I already had that.
You have a massive platform.
But the moment I say it, it's like, oh, you're unhumble, or it's like giving the air of you think you better than, or why you over here, or else, like, for instance, Marsau told me before, when I did mention, I was like, oh, I've been in Forbes, I've done all this, like, I already had a life. He was like, oh, that can be bought.
Because that's what him and Tisha do, Latifah. They be over there buying stuff to look, and both of them are lying Libras, okay? Caught up with image.
Like, that's what I had to would say that, and I'm like, why is it when I do it, it's a problem? And I feel like it's because they can't say the same.
And on that note, honey, I'll holla. Don't forget, guys, to like, comment, and subscribe. I am your girl, brand new, and I will check you guys out in the next video.